Hi there, thanks for watching this video. My name is John Ito and this is Go Forward. If you have been having issues with your relationship, or if you are not honest to your spouse, or you have been married but yet you still struggle to keep that relationship, there is quarreling, there is fighting, and there is division. Sometimes you guys sleep in separate bed and sometimes you guys live without talking to each other. This video is for you. Well, I want to do this video because somebody asks, what must I do to have a successful relationship? So I'm going to talk about that, but I'm also going to talk about how to make a healthy relationship. Okay? Because you said you have been living with your husband for quite a long time, but time and again the relationship keep falling. And um like I said, love will not fall on you because you fall in love with someone. It doesn't work that way. You guys may start in a very good relationship, going to places together, visit um, different cities, and going for football games, and and eating together, and that is different when you guys are living separately. Okay, relationship is enjoyable differently. Okay, now when you get engaged to a man, the man lives in his own home and you live in your own home. You guys live separately. You don't know, you have no idea how the person live in his own house. The man has no idea. Sometimes men may know how you live in your own house. They might have seen you. They might have studied you. Okay? So they might know more about you than you know them. Why am I saying so? Because in most relationships, men are the one who look for women. Okay, women hardly look for men, although it happens in Western culture. Women can also look for men. So a man may be living by himself, get up in the morning, might not wash his plates, might not have time to put his clothes in the laundry, and just do a few things and go to work and come back. And the day that the man know that you are coming to visit him, the man may do other things to fix the house and get things in order. Okay, and some men could be very good and generous. Okay, do things for you, and the times that you are visiting them, um, they also prepare their home very well. They know that maybe changes might come when you get into their home. So relationship is different when you guys live separately. Now that you guys are living together, let's talk about this. So I'm just going to put this together. Somebody also asked, how can I know if I married the right person? so so it's a similar question. What must I do to have a successful marriage? So it's almost similar question. Okay, so I think you should have asked, how can I make the wrong person I got married to become the right person in my life? Because marriage is a union. Okay, marriage is not um, it's not just a light relationship. Marriage is like a covenant. Okay, except you guys do not marry, or except you guys just decide that come and let's live together. It doesn't work that way. That is why men or women treat each other so poorly, because you guys are just living together. There is no um decision that bind that relationship together. Like I want us to get married, and the reason I want us to get married is because this and that. Okay, so first of all, you the woman, you must learn how to connect to your husband, no matter who the guy is. Learn to connect to him. Study him. For the number of times that you guys have lived together, you must have known him. He might be a drunkard. He might be a humanizer. He might be a pornographic person. So you should have known him by now. There are things that you have to do. You don't have to fight physically with him to correct something which has to be done spiritually. There are things you have to do. Sometimes you just have to bow down, and it can just change the whole situation. You must not fight physically, okay? Because you fight physically, sometimes your husband might not come home because your husband knows that you're going to fight with him. So you might be a cause to the problem. Okay? So every marriage, every relationship could be a lasting and healthy relationship. It depends on how you handle it. Okay? I work for my marriage every day. I try to see how I can make my wife happy, how I can make my family happy. What must I do to make my kids happy? Okay? There are things that I need to do now as a parent for my kids to make them happy, so that in case if I'm not there one day, they will think about me. If I'm not there one day, my wife will think about me. What must I do? When a man gets married to a woman and start having sex with that woman, it is a serious relationship. Okay? Learn to love your wife. Learn to love being closer to your wife. To enjoy being closer to your wife. Learn how to be closer to your husband. Enjoy to be closer to your husband. Okay? A good relationship, if the wife is not around, the man feel like something is missing. If the husband is not around, the woman feel like something is missing. Play. You may have a husband who comes home late and is not like giving you that attention. Give him time. Give him the attention that he is not giving back to you. It must not be reciprocal. Okay, you have to do more. You have to do more on your part. Play with him. If he doesn't want to play with him. Okay? Touch him. If you are the husband and your wife does not know how to play with her. Touch her. Make her to feel your presence. Make her to feel love. Okay? God has placed us on earth to enjoy marital relationship. To enjoy it to the fullest. Marriage is good. Marriage is sweet. Okay? You must make it sweet. Okay? Any marital relationship that there is bitterness inside, it is either your fault or the husband's fault. But what are you doing? You must learn how to improve your marital relationship. I'm going to mention a couple of things that you need to do. But I hope this one gets into your ear. Think every day. What must I do to change this man? What must I do to change this woman? What must I do to make this man feel like I have to come back home? Have you ever been into a relationship and you feel like during your break time you have to like go and have lunch with your husband or with your wife? That's how a relationship is supposed to be. Feel the peace of being closer to each other. Marriage is not only love, it's also a spiritual relationship. That sex that you guys have each day is a covenant for both of you. A man who doesn't love the wife, why do you have sex with her? It's a covenant. A woman who doesn't love the husband, why do you have sex with him? It's a covenant. Be careful. Don't Don't only love each other when you want to have sex. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Think, what must I do on my part to make this woman happy? What must I do on my part to make this man happy? Enjoy life on earth. Take your wives out. Now, let me tell you, well, I am a born again for I don't know, over 20 years. Okay, so I have been a church leader, and I know what I'm talking about. I was a playboy before this. I know what I'm talking about. I was a soccer player. I've been used to in the midst of women, so I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't take someone with PhD to tell you what I'm telling you now. Okay, it also takes experience and someone who has been there also. Okay, so let's go ahead. So first of all, to clarify your question, marriage is not only about finding the right person, it's also about learning how to love and grow with the person you found. Okay, if you are a woman and a man comes to you, he wants to get married to you, what is your initial approach to that man? What is your first question to that man? I know sometimes you might be so desperate to get married, and so when a man comes, you just fall in love. We call it ore. You went ore. Okay, now, before you guys even decided to live together, you guys must have meet certain times and talk things. It doesn't mean that you only have to enjoy going to places. No, learn to talk things. Learn to ask questions. Where are we heading with this relationship? What is your purpose? What is your purpose to this relationship? Why do you want to get married to me? Now, if you are a man and you wanted to get married to a woman, what is behind this your brain? What is in your heart? What are you thinking? Are you just looking at the beauty of the woman and the structure? What are you thinking? These are some of the things that will help you to build a healthy and lasting relationship. A man must be able to put the wife down and speak to her. Tell her why you wanted to get married to her. Tell the woman about your family. Tell them about your parents. Tell them about how your parents got married to. It's going to help her to love your parents also. Tell her your plan for this marital relationship. Tell her your plan. If you don't have money, tell her, and you guys work things out. If you are a woman, ask the man. Okay? I'm so happy. I love you so much. But I want us to talk things out, okay? If the man doesn't want to talk things out with you, quit. Okay? Quit. It's better to quit when the relationship has not gone anywhere. Okay? Than to struggle to quit when things have gotten too far. You must learn to quit a relationship when it's too early than when it is too late. Okay? If a man comes to you and the man will not tell you why he wanted to get married to you and explain to you his purpose of getting married to you, okay? Except you are so desperate. If that man will not explain it to you, that man may either cheat on you, that man may either drop you out, okay, like a volleyball, poof, drop you out, okay, or there's going to be struggling, hardship, argument, quarreling in that relationship. If you ask a question and a man who wants to get married to you will not answer that question, there is something. Ask, have you cheated before? Have you been in a relationship before? Ask good question. Okay? Have you married before? Had your parents ever divorced? Okay? Those are not difficult questions. It calls for conversation, real discussion between the two of you. That's what makes a marriage a marital relationship. Okay? So knowing something about your husband will give you time to fix things about him. Knowing something about your wife or the woman you wanted to get married to will give you time to fix things about the woman. Ask your wife, tell me about your parents. Ask your wife, have you been to any other relationship in the past? Tell me about your past life. Okay? If a woman says, I've been in a relationship before, I've married before, and things, what went wrong? I don't want to tell you. Why are you asking so many questions? What is wrong? What is wrong if the man who wanted to get married to you is asking you questions and you don't want to answer? What is wrong? What are you hiding? So that's the beginning of marital problem. When a woman is not ready to open up to the man, when the man is not ready to open up to the woman, that is the beginning of the problem. If a woman is ready to open up to the man, it opens the door for success. If the man is ready to open up to the woman, it opens the door to success. That is what we call relationship success. After that level, a man must be able to educate the wife. I'm not talking about educate the wife how to write essay. I'm not talking about educate the wife how to type on computer. No, educate your wife about your reason of getting married to her. I am a construction worker. This is the money I make every month. Okay, this is my savings. This is my parents. These are my parents. This is their living. This is how I support them. These are my younger brothers and sisters. This is how I support them. The money I make, a huge amount of the money I make goes here and goes here and goes here. Okay? This is my life. I want you to be part of my life. I want you to grow with me, to build a beautiful, successful, happy relationship with me. That is why I wanted to get married to you. Okay? And then a beautiful, pretty wife will say, thank you for telling me this. Thank you for telling me this. When a man's open up to you, open up to the man. Do not hide anything. If you have had STD in the past, tell him. I've had STDs in the past. Tell him. Okay? Tell him all your past life. If you have been married in the past, tell the man, I was in a terrible relationship with this man, and things did not work out, and we finally had to separate. Do not hide things. The more you are open to your spouse, the more you guys are successful, and the more he feel like to be closer to you all the time. That is a secret behind a successful relationship. Learn to connect to your husband. Learn to connect to your wife. Think of ways to make your husband happy. Think of ways to make your wife happy. Happy relationship is not spiritual. Happy relationship is sacrifice. It's time consuming. It's effort. It takes energy. Okay? It takes prayer. Okay? Don't fold your arms. Do not sit on your arms and you think that God is going to do things for you. You can be a Christian and your marriage is still going the wrong way. You can be a pastor and you are still struggling with your marital relationship. Okay? Because being a pastor doesn't mean that you must know everything. No, it doesn't mean so. It doesn't go that way. Okay? You need to learn. And if you have acquired knowledge about relationship, teach your wife. And let your wife also participate in a relationship. Everything should be in the everyday making. All right? Okay, so let's move ahead. So, every lasting relationship, because the purpose of every relationship is to see you guys succeed. When God created man, God wanted man to succeed. I'm not going to give scriptures today, okay? I have a bunch of them, but I don't want to drag this too long, okay? When God created man, God knew that it was necessary, it was important to create somebody who looks like me. We look like God. God wants us to enjoy life on earth here and enjoy it also in heaven. That is why there are so many beautiful things on earth. Just look at the background behind me. It's so beautiful, right? We all love beautiful things. You want a beautiful wife. You want a handsome husband. You want a beautiful car. You want a very beautiful home. All of us, okay? That is why we are on earth. But you need somebody to work with who can make you enjoy these things. It could be a woman. It could be a man. You do not need to struggle to look for the best woman on earth to be your wife. No. Any woman can be a successful woman in that relationship. Any man can be a successful man in that relationship. And let me tell you about something, okay? Let me tell you this. For those of you who think that your husband is not handsome, those of you who think that your wife is not beautiful, and you start looking on outside and you start feel like, I wish this girl is my wife. Okay? When you learn how to connect to your wife, when you learn how to connect to your husband, okay, this your physical eyes will change. This your physical eyes will change. It will turn to the eyes that will love your wife. It will turn to the eyes that will love your husband. Okay? Now let me tell you. There is a secret. Okay? There is a secret in how to love a woman whom you feel like you are not satisfied with a woman. You may get married to a woman or a man and you guys enjoy that love relationship in the past, but at some point you feel like, I'm tired of this woman. Okay? People feel like that. Okay? There are ways to bless your wife. You can bless your wife from the hairs of her head right down to the toes of her feet. Okay? Your prayer for your wife, your good words for your wife will fix your wife from top to bottom. It will make her look younger. It will make her look happy. It will make her look buoyant and beautiful. Your words matter. How you talk to your wife matters. How you talk to your husband matters. Okay? You can pray to God to change your eyes the way you look at your husband. You can pray to God to change your eyes the way you look at your wife. And God can change that physical outlook into a spiritual, beautiful look. And you guys will begin to enjoy sex. Enjoy being together with each other. That is what God wants from you people. Okay. So, let me say this again. So I was saying that any relationship it's a good relationship. It depends how you guys work things out. So we must learn to connect to each other. Okay. So you must learn to love your partner. You must learn to let go some bitter experience. It's not everything that you have to query. It's not your wife or your partner might made a mistake. It's not everything you have to query her. There are some small things that you have to let it go. You just have to say it's okay. Nobody is perfect. She was not born under your same family. You were not born under her family. Do not expect her to know everything. Do not expect him to know everything. It is not like that. God is the one who created man. He is the one who created the woman out of the man. And he blessed them to live in the garden. The woman made a mistake. When God created the man, Satan, who is the serpent by then, do not went to the man. He went back to the woman. Did the man educate the woman about what God had told him? About the seriousness of not eating the fruit in the center of the garden? That's a question mark. Was that the reason why the woman fell short? When Satan approached the woman did not even say, let me go and ask my husband. Let me go and ask my husband. She went and gave Satan the details about why God doesn't want them to eat that tree in the garden. And so Satan manipulated her. See, because God doesn't want you to be like him. And a woman who will not like to listen to the husband will just go, okay, Mr. Satan, thank you, and take take the fruit from the tree and just eat it. And then she ate it, and then she went to the husband. Oh, it tastes good. Oh God, have you tasted this fruit? And give it to the husband. The husband too, because it's your wife. You did not ask any question. That is why God cares women. That they will start giving birth that way. That is why labor is painful. God also cares men that they walk their sweat like this. He cares even the serpent. So why am I saying this? We all need to be educated about marriage. When I got married, before I got married, me and my wife, we read about, before we got married, we read 12 marital books. Books about early relationship. We read books about Christian relationship. We read books, marital books. I will ask her to read this book. Take 1 week, take a week and read these 2 books and share me your experience. We sat down. She will read the book and she will tell me everything about the book. I said, okay, what do you think? And then I also will read my own book and then I will share with my wife. It is helpful. It constitutes love. Okay? All right. So let me move forward. So I was saying that sometimes you just have to accept some bitter experience and let some things go, okay? Sometimes you just have to say, I'm sorry, even if you are not the one who is wrong. If you have a very difficult husband, I'm going to do a video how to handle a difficult husband. Because sometimes men are difficult to deal with. I'm going to do a video how to handle a difficult husband. Okay? I've gone to people's home and talked to them about their relationship. Talk to them, counsel them, talk. Okay? And things works out good. Okay? I read books about marital relationship. It's helping me. It inspires me. Okay. So I was saying that you must learn how to make your marriage better every day. You must learn how to do that. If you don't do that, there are going to be problems. Okay? It takes courage. It takes love. It takes effort. It takes time. It takes energy. And most importantly, it takes prayer for a marital relationship to be successful. Marriage is like a tree planted on on a land that needs water. It also needs labor. I need the laborer to water it. That is what a marital relationship is. Okay? A man or a woman must live to think every day, what must I do to grow my relationship? What must I do to make my husband happy? What must I do to make my wife happy? Think, and God will help. God will help you. God will help you. Okay? You may have a very difficult husband who is like drunk, watching pornography, a womanizer, and things like that. You do not need to fight with him physically. You do not need to quarrel with him. You cannot put sense into his head by your physicality. It cannot happen that way. Okay? Sometimes prayer works. Okay? So how do I get my husband or my wife stop this smoking, drinking, and all this habit that I don't like? What must I do? Is to connect with him. Sometimes it's good to be submissive. And it's not only to the man. It can be a woman who is smoking a lot. A woman who loves, like one man said, I got married to a woman who want me to do that thing all the time, even when I'm so tired. That's like addiction. So how do I get to deal with this kind of woman? Think about that every day. There are ways to handle that. So do not fight with your spouse physically to correct a habit that it takes spiritual power to deal with. Okay? It will not work that way. It's going to get things worse. So learn to connect to your husband. We can correct the good things by learning how to deal with the wrong things. If you have been living with your husband for the length of time, you who ask this question, you should have known him by now. Okay? You should have known what to do. Put yourself down. Don't fight with him. Okay? Welcome him. If your husband who is not coming home early all the time, he comes back late, help him. Okay, help him. Take off his coat. Put food on the table for him. Bring him water to drink. Okay? Help him. When you do this simple thing, your husband is going to judge his mind. His mind is going to judge him. Why am I doing this thing for this woman who loves me like this? Why must I be coming home late? Why I have a woman who loves me so much? Don't be a woman when your husband comes back late and you are like, where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? Look at the time you are entering the house. There's no food for you. It doesn't work that way. It cannot happen that way. It's not going to be successful. You are worsening the situation. By doing some simple things to this man, it's going to fix that problem. Okay? Don't feel like you get married to the worst woman on earth. Don't feel like you get married to the worst man on earth. You can fix your things. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ that your marital relationship will work. May God bless you. May God bless you. You know, 2 days ago, I was with my wife and we were talking. We were laying on the bed and we were discussing about what do we think about next year. Okay, we'll start thinking about next year. And it was early in the morning. And then before we know, one of our daughters, she left her room and she just pushed the door and she came in. And so she might have gotten into a terrible dream and she knows that I have to go to my parents. So sometimes we need to go back to God. Okay, just like our children, they know that we are their security. This is the same principle. Man has to go back to the Creator to say, God, this is my problem. I need you. I need you. God is our security. We as parents, we are the security of our children. Being beside us, they know that they are safe. Being closer to God, we know that we are safe. We shouldn't throw away this. So prayer matters in every relationship. Prayer is so important. Pray about your relationship. Pray for your husband. Pray for your wife. Pray about your finances. Pray about everything about your home. Pray about your going out, your incoming out, and apply scriptures into your relationship. Apply scriptures into your own life, and it shall work for you. May you be blessed. May God bless you. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.